Now, this is what's happening today. Today, the minute you walk in through this building, just know you are part of the family. We embrace you, we love you, and we honor you, right? So, and throughout the journey also, we will be experiencing what it looks like. Myself, I'm not an expert into facilitating group conversation. In fact, my team remind me all the time, this is your line and stay there. So with that, I want to bring somebody that's been involved in the organization for many years and really had an expertise on facilitating group conversation and group work. And also he's happened to be one of the facilitators of the Leadership Africa. With that, please help me welcome Affinity Group. Thank you.
Yes. All right, folks, so welcome. Now, look beautiful. A couple of things. We have bathrooms on both levels, here and below. The food will be below. We will also be later, and I'll tell you a little bit about that in a second. We'll also be doing some work downstairs as well. But the thing in terms of our climate, in terms of this space, I want to encourage you all to be a part of creating this space. So it is, however it is, through us, how we engage with each other, how we engage with this space itself as human beings. So we want unity, we want open-mindedness, we want this to be a brave space, not a safe space, but a brave space. And what I mean by that is, if you feel uncomfortable, lean into the discomfort, within reason, right? Lean into the discomfort, because that's where growth happens. But we will take care of each other, okay? So at the very least, do not disengage at the slightest hint of discomfort. Stick in there, be in there. We will respect each other, we will love each other in our own ways, and be open to hearing the different perspectives, the different ways of being, thinking, and feeling that occur with us as the human beings here. You know how to behave. I don't really need to say this, except to a couple of you, if you know who you are. So we're going to start with a healing circle. Laterro is going to facilitate that. After that, we'll have the group presentations. So that's going to happen here. Folks, Lori has set up everything. Thank you, Lori. Lori will set up everything for you. At one point, we will be moving, at the last presentation, we will be moving the chairs back because it's interactive. So according to your ability, please participate, right? And then after the group presentations, we'll have lunch. This will be a working lunch. Downstairs is where all the food is set up. It's not going to be that long, folks, so you'll have 40 minutes or so. You've got to eat, and this is a chance to regroup and really talk about what you can do, just in terms of presenting some of your poem here. We will have Theo Wilson. That's Theo Wilson. Do you know Theo Wilson? So he will be going to groups and helping facilitate the process. I'll be helping him out in that sense as well, to facilitate group processes. You're not expected to have a finished product. We're actually not presenting the finished poem until August 5th at the Arvada Center. So keep that in mind. August 5th will be the first time, and then the second time will be at the gala August 26th. Okay? But we're just working on it, we're putting it together and making it happen. After this working lunch, Theo is going to process us, help us process through the rest of the day in terms of how the different groups will come up and present what they have so far, and he'll work us through that and let us know how to move forward. Yes?
Yep, that's right.
All right.
All right.
And that'll be right around 12. And then at 1:45, we will close and talk about next steps. Everybody good? Yes. So Cheryl, where are you?
I'm here, thank
Let's
you.
do this.
Hi, everyone. Welcome, and thank you so much for being here. Thank you for having the courage to be vulnerable and to show up. The first thing I want to ask you to do is to sit next to someone that you don't know. Yeah. For moving. And we're going to jump right into our healing circle. Again, thank you for being here. As we talked about this being a vulnerable space, thank you for having the courage. And we're going to just take a few deep breaths. We want to bond in our space. This is our collective healing space. So I want to ask you, if you're comfortable with it, just your feet are flat on the floor, your palms are on your knees, facing up. If you feel like you need to call in energy, bring your palms down onto your thighs or your knees. If you're comfortable with it, please close your eyes. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to inhale and exhale through our nose. We want to relax our face. Let the stress go. So let's take a nice, long, slow, deep breath. Inhaling through our nose. Let's take it in together. And hold it for just a second. And release. On this next inhale, we want to invite in love and kindness and goodwill, and we want that energy to flow throughout our bodies. Let's take it in. Hold it for a second, and release. This is our last breath together. Let's take it in. Inhale. And as we release, we want to release all of that good energy, that love and kindness and inclusiveness. We want to release that into our collective space. Let's release it. All right, thank you very much. I want to ask you to stand up and lock arms with the person next to you. Because we are one. The reality is, on this planet, we really are one. And I'm going to ask you to look at the person next to you and say 3 things. I see you, I honor you, and I embrace your humanity.
I see you, I honor you, and I embrace your humanity.
Look at this person on the other side of you. I see you, I honor you, and I embrace your humanity. Now, as we're locking arms, we're going to just rock back and forth. Just a little bit of rock. And we want to say that out loud. I see you. I honor you. I embrace your humanity. I embrace your humanity. One more time.
I see you, I honor you, I embrace your humanity.
3rd time, and if you want to look at your neighbor and say it, please feel free to do so. I see you.
I honor you, and I embrace your humanity.
Thank you all for participating. And one last thing. This bowl here is full of water. It's gold to represent the royalty in all of us, first of all. Red, white, and blue. We won't lose the fact that this is Independence Day weekend. So we want to release any ideologies that we've been taught, that we've been indoctrinated with, that are not healthy, that dehumanizes another. And the way we're going to do that, when anything comes up for you, any biases that you might hold, anything that's unhealthy, take a petal and release it into the water. So this is our bowl of healing. This water is for healing. We know that the earth can hold anything. We can release anything in the earth. I invite you, when you want to release something, go out into the grass with your shoes off and just stand there and release it into the earth. And water also can hold it. So today, this is our bowl of water. When we go downstairs, we're going to take it downstairs with our flowers and just drop a petal into this water. Anytime you feel like you want to release something, something that you're carrying that no longer serves your highest good, some ideology that you've been indoctrinated with that dehumanizes another, we want to release all of that because we are one. And we are the healing circle. We take this ideology and this information and this energy out into the world. We heal the world. We have the power to do that. And we can own that power. So let's own that power and take it out into the world and create a beautiful place for all of us to live. Our children, our grandchildren, people who will be here when we're dead and gone. But they'll be thankful for the work that we've done. Thank you. Thank you.
Native American Affinity group, please. Thank you. They're not here? Okay. They are not here yet. We'll move to the African group.
These are the kings.
Olino safu saf, Olino safu saf, Olino jalo besafol, Safora mu manjora di kasumai, Olino safu saf, Olino safu saf, Olino jalo besafol, Safora mu manjora di kasumai. Hello, my name is Dalo. I'm from the south of Senegal. Misaful, njega jom Dalo. Njajola, Casamas Nichine. Thank you.
Papa Dia, Sénégal, Thiès, maa ngi nuyu yéen ñëpp ci seen tur ak seen sant di leen wax dal leen ak jàmm jërëjëf.
Hello, Lina Lagagina Roland, Kicho South Africa. Limelegele vule langana jola ke spedi, gratula mugela kamoka. Jalaboa.
Efetobori Siaku, Nigeria. Thank you.
Alphonse Nembat, Cameroon, Bamileke, Bishop Poupon, Penetre Poupon, Ketulio, Sato Poupon. Merci.
Hello, hello, salam, salam. Zerzgi, Cab Eritrea, East Africa. Get together and we can do a lot of things. Thank you, Cab Eritrea. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Walda Mikael Bahata from Eritrea, the northeast of Africa, near the Red Sea. كما رفيدكم نقعد حن متأهم نقعد بسلام تراقبنا ሓደ መዓልቲ ከዓ ናብ ኤርትራ መጺኹም ክትበጽሑ ተስፋ ይገብር እቲ ዝበለጸ ኣብ ዓለም ዓዲ ኸይድካ ክትዘውር ከለኻ ክትርኢ ከለኻ ኩሉ ክትላለ ከለኻ ባህሊ ይኹን ቋንቋ ይኹን ዋላ ናይ ኩነታት ኣየር ይኹን ብዙሕ ለውጢ ስለ ትርኢ ትመሃር ከዓ ስለ ዝኾንካ ከምዚ ሕጂ ተኣኪብናሉ ዘለና ኩላህና ትርኢና ዘለኹም ተፈላለና ከምኡ ስለ ዝኾነ መጺኹም ናብ ዓድና ክትበጽሑ በዓል ሙሉእ ተስፋዬ and I'm going to say welcome to Eritrea when you come to Eritrea. Thank you.
ጤና ይስጥልኝ እንደምን አደራችሁ ሁላችሁም እንኳን ደህና መጣችሁ my name is Amlaku I'm from Ethiopia but this is not the full traditional clothing for Ethiopia Ethiopian and Eritrean traditional wearing or attire is almost the same so these my brothers from Eritrea are having the full traditional costume and that represents also Ethiopia. አመሰግናለሁ እግዚአብሔር ይስጥልኝ
My name is Madina Nakuya and I'm from East Africa, Uganda. We prostrate while we greet. Nsanyiso balaba bassebo ne bannyabo era dde bassebo era dde bannyabo.
Good morning, everybody. Me and my brother, you from West Africa, Ghana. We thank those people organized this program. They did very well. Now you know each other. And I'm from Ghana, Kumasi. Yadamase. Sema mo organize program yi awurade nhyiramo onye mkese ama ye nyina be hia ye hu se ye nyina ya dodo ye ho na me nhyiramo ye be hia biem medamase
Una all morning no I mean fumble them I want to welcome una all to this program here today My name is Abdul Pesima Akomot na Salon Sierra Leone Freetown Sierra Leone una cabo
After you
na ngeen def maa ngi tudd Ndeye Ndaw Sénégal la jóge dal leen ak jàmm
Assalamu alaikum peace within you Max Sarr from Senegal Unfortunately, Papa already beat me with the most traditional African outfit. This is a kind of hybrid version, but Ndai is okay too. Peace. Merci beaucoup.
Good morning. Hello. I'm from Liberia, West Africa. Mwene Awenebwe. That's my mother's tongue. My father is Lebanese, so I guess I'm representing two cultures today. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Damawa Bofa Moba Bia Wanae Fabesu. I'm from Liberia, from the northern part called Lufa, and what I wear today is a locally made in my tribe, and the hair tie is also used in Liberia as a way of covering our head. So I'm glad to be here, and I thank Papa for inviting me.
Hello, my name is LaChance Nadia Pickett, and I'm from the Seychelles Islands and also from Uganda. I'm from the Seychelles Islands, Uganda, and African American.
Hello everyone, my name is Webster Koza, I'm from South Africa. Now we have a way of introducing yourself in South Africa. Now the African ladies, if they can just relate for me and just give me that African sound there so I can introduce myself. Aha. Joala Nare, but Barchuangal Galtling Bopediga Machushuluma over Lumilento Banguisinia Roga Marago, but hey, when I'm Huberum Talent for Tuaskeper Robanabama Huberutampia Lesser Narutimpia Lesser Rutampia Lom, Kerkemuting Tinkim Tantasana, Yalla Padialla Palafal, Relebo.
uhuru wangu mwanitai, mavazi yangu hayafai, eti ngozi nyeupe ni afadhali. Oh, songa kando tafadhali, nilisoma shule gani? Mazazi wangu kabila gani? Eti tambo langu sio simu, hamuelewi halio muhimu. Tuwala umyonge halimpati mwewe, mwenye nguvu pishe kilio changu kisikize. Tuwala umyonge halimpati mwewe, nalia, nalia. Jambo, jina langu ni Elizabeth Neo wa Mukoya, ninatoka Kenya. And essentially what the song was speaking to was a lot that goes on in our current world and what our poem will be about. Often, Africa is spoken of and seldom listened to. And so this is an invitation to the world to hear from the voices from which the African blood flows. And we invite you to listen, and we ask you, are you actually listening? Thank you.
And this is Mulu Gebreyesus. She is from Eritrea, as I represent earlier myself. So this is the Tigrinya ethnic group. We represent the Tigrinya ethnic group. We have 9 ethnic groups. So one of them is the Tigrinya. This is the way they dress the woman. So we have different styles, but this is one of the styles of Tigrinya. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Efli.
Thank you very much. That was beautiful. Next, we will have a presentation from the Latino Mexican American group. You are the only one.
Okay, so they left me alone. I know, you're here. So we are mostly in the team from Mexico. We have 2 members that are here, that are from Puerto Rico. So something that we wanted to be sure is not just you guys to know our culture, but know a little bit of the history that Mexico has made. Since the colonial times, Mexico received all the Jewish that they will expel from Spain. And we took them in. And some of them converted, but I said like this because some of our traditions are very similar to the Jewish traditions. We also have menorahs that they are not called menorahs. When somebody dies, somebody has to stay with that person until they are buried. And we don't leave them in the freezer for 2 weeks until the whole family is here. Mexican Catholicism has a big influence on Jewish culture. So that's something that not everybody knows, and I think is very important for everybody to know this. Also, we have been welcoming all kinds of immigrants. The Lebanese community is very big in the coast of Mexico because they were also running from their countries. And even in World War II, we had ambassadors in different countries in Europe saving Jewish families. And that is something that nobody knows. And so far now, Mexico has big colonies of Koreans, of Chinese people. More Jewish have been coming, and Middle Eastern people too. So now we see all of these cultures mixed in the Mexican culture. And like we say, everybody believes in the Our Lady of Guadalupe when you arrive to Mexico, because nobody works that day. So that means you believe in her. And something else about, for example, my outfit. This is from the south of Mexico. It's not those embroidery ones. This is like for an everyday wear. And the shoes, they have these flowers. Why we use all of these colors in Mexico is because Mexico, we live it, we see it, we eat it, and we smell it. So everything that we see around, we put it in our clothing, in our food, and in our art. That's why Mexican art is so colorful. We don't know gray and black and brown. So, and for example, this necklace is made out of beans, and all the colors that we use are taken from plants, seashells, and other animals. There are a lot of insects that have color, that you smash them and they bring different colors to you, and that's how we color our clothing. Now you.
Buenos días a todos. Mi corazón está lleno de estar aquí en comunidad. Mi nombre es Jesús Quintana Martínez y yo soy de México. Soy del norte de México, del estado de Chihuahua, y represento el grupo mexicano y latino. La verdad que me llena de orgullo ser parte de este grupo y me llena de orgullo de estar con todos ustedes representados aquí. My heart is full. Welcome to everyone. My name is Jesús Quintana Martínez and I'm really happy to be part of this group. Something that I can say about my outfit, it's not traditional, but what I have here, this figure, it's actually the god Tlaloc, rain, god of the rain. So este es el rey Tlaloc, que es el rey de la lluvia, and we've had quite a few rain, right? So Tlaloc is working now. But thank you, so great to be here.
Hello, everyone. Good morning, and it's a pleasure to be amongst so many beautiful cultures and to share our heritage together. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. My name is Kevin Hernandez. I'm a first-generation Mexican American, and I also identify as mestizo, which is a identity that was given to people in the Americas who had a mixture of Spanish colonial heritage and indigenous heritage. So similar to India, Latino America under the rule of the Spanish had a caste system. So there's identities of like mulatto and mestizo. So it's a very much a beautiful mix of cultures throughout Latino America. So I'm very honored to be able to be here to represent my culture. And a little bit about my outfit. This is a ipil, zarape, that has many names, but textiles made from indigenous artists in Oaxaca and southern Colorado, or in southern Mexico. And this shirt is actually called a guayabera, which is traditional for various different Latin communities, especially in the Caribbean. And then, of course, I have my huaraches, which are hand-woven leather made also in southern Mexico. So thank you all for being here, and thank you for honoring our heritage and being together today.
He's gonna play a song, and something else that many people may not know of Mexico. Slavery was always prohibited in Mexico since Mexico was born. So anybody that arrived to Mexico in the colonial times and they were slaves, they had to be freed.
Wow.
I know you have to sing.
Oh, yours.
come on, sit next to you so I can hold this.
Thank you so much.
Gracias a la vida que me ha dado tanto, me ha dado la marcha con mis pies cansados. Cuando miro el fruto del cerebro humano, cuando miro el malo tan lejos del malo, cuando miro el fondo de tus ojos claros, gracias a la vida.
Thank you, everybody. Awesome, beautiful. Wow. Wonderful, wonderful. Next group coming up, the European Americans. Who wants? Somebody has to take it.
I'll go first. Do we want to introduce ourselves first, maybe?
We could. Yeah.
Let's do that, and then we'll go into the. You led the group, so.
Hello, buongiorno, grazie per stare con noi. My name is Tony, and I am Italian, first generation American. Thank you for being here.
Guten Morgen. My name is Alka McGuire, and I'm from Germany, born and raised there. But also a mix. My grandmother is Russian, and my grandfather is Italian, and from my father's side, we are from Poland. So I'm a mix, and then I became an American citizen. And in case you haven't heard, guten Morgen.
I'm Philip Sneed, and my heritage is mostly Northern European, British, Irish, Scots, a little German, but also 1/32nd Cherokee Indian Eastern Band. So I'm very proud of that as well. I'm wearing the traditional American pant called the jeans.
Good morning, my name is Katie, and I was born and raised in the Five Points area of Colorado. I'm a native, and I have only recently started to understand my heritage. My grandmother is from Ireland, and she immigrated to Canada, and then to Michigan. And then my mom came to Colorado.
Hello, my name is Melissa. My heritage is I'm Swedish. You can tell by my height, likely. And then a lot of other things that I'm still exploring and learning about, but it's been very exciting. I'm originally from the northeastern part of the United States. Spent many years in Colorado, but now reside in Maine. So we like to use the word "that's wicked awesome" a lot. I don't know where that came from, but I will try to learn more about it.
So we have just a couple of bits of European culture. I'm going to start. I run the Arvada Center, and we're proud to host the Day of African Culture on August 5th with Senegalese. Yes. But I started in this as an actor, and I learned, and I wanted to be a classical actor. I wanted to do Shakespeare. And the reality is that in America today, if you want to make a living as a stage actor, you have to either be able to sing and dance and do musicals, or you have to be able to do Shakespeare. If you can't do either of those, you're not going to make it as a stage actor in America, because those are the two most popular things. Shakespeare gets a bad reputation in America because students are taught it in schools, and they hate it. But But the thing is, Shakespeare didn't write his plays to be read and studied. And in fact, if it were up to Shakespeare himself, we would not have his plays because he didn't write them down. 2 actors in his company said, you know, these are pretty good. Maybe we should write these down so that people in the future can do these plays. And Shakespeare is still the most performed playwright in the world. And while it doesn't seem like popular culture, this is something that the Europeans have given to the world, to global culture. People around the world do Shakespeare and adapt it in all forms. The great Japanese director Akira Kurosawa has adapted Macbeth into his famous film Throne of Blood. He's adapted King Lear into his film Ron. He did an adaptation of Hamlet. And whereas 100 years ago, it was only white actors doing Shakespeare, including the role of the African Moor Othello, and actors would perform it in blackface. Now, of course, that's completely inappropriate, and there are actors of all races that do Shakespeare. The great African American actor Denzel Washington recently played Macbeth in a film, and he was terrific. So Shakespeare belongs to the world now, but it does come from the English culture, of course. So I'm going to do a very short piece, about 45 seconds. As I said, I started as an actor, and this is a role I've played several times, from the play Macbeth, and I'll give you the context and ask someone to hold the mic away, because I'm an actor and I can't act if I'm holding a microphone. But this is near the end of the play. Macbeth is king, but he's exhausted. He's been in battle. He's seeing the end of his life in front of him, and he's just gotten the word that his wife has died, and he knows he's facing battle with the great Macduff, and shortly after this piece, he has that battle and dies, and the play ends. So this is a very despairing look at life, but it also shows one of Shakespeare's devices where he uses theater as a metaphor. So you'll hear him talk about actors, or players as they were called. The other thing I want to say is that Shakespeare's theater was not a visual theater. We get words like auditorium and audience, which comes from audio, right? It comes from listening, and we used to say we go to listen to a play, not to see a play. And so in Shakespeare's theater, there was no scenery, there were no costumes, it was all about the words, so the pictures were painted with the words. And although this is a very despairing and bleak piece about someone who realizes how meaningless his life has been, Shakespeare also wrote many wonderful, joyous comedies and other kinds of plays. So if I could get someone to hold the mic.
Hold it where?
He's just been told his wife has died. She should have died hereafter. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, out, brief candle, life's but a walking shadow, a poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Thank you so much. We also have a song that we wanted to play that we felt really showed unity and bringing people together, and I'm not sure if we have it downloaded. If not, I will probably not attempt to sing it just to save all of you, but I could recite the lyrics if it isn't. It's We Shall Be Known. We did submit it late, so my apologies. I just submitted it yesterday to download. Well, what I'll do is I'll go ahead and recite the lyrics. We found this to be very beautiful, and we would invite you to close your eyes or do whatever inspires you right now. But the name of this is We Shall Be Known by Mamuse. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change, alive from deep within the earth. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. Thank you.
Thank you. Next, the African American group. So I'm going to introduce the pictures and just try not to stand in front of the screen. We do it right now, and then I hand it to you. Yes. So during this presentation, you will see pictures played while they're talking. Some of these pictures are from black folks throughout the U.S. They are regular folks. Some of these pictures are over 100 years old. I know because I handled them with my hands last night. They're all my family.
How you doing? My name is Theo Wilson, and this traditional garb I'm wearing is Stacey Adams, you know what I'm talking about? And what I like to do is play a little bit of blues music from the folks who was enslaved in the South and made a little something about this American culture. Can I play some blues while we play that?
Hello, I am Laterrell, as you all can remember. I want to apologize to you, the group over here, for my phone playing while you all were talking, so please forgive me for that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the enslaved Africans when they were brought here, and the Negro spirituals. And you can Google that and you can listen to some of that music. And those were songs that the enslaved sang while they were in the fields picking cotton from sun up to sundown. And these songs had meanings that they could communicate to one another so that the enslaver didn't know what they were talking about. For example, wade in the water, wade in the water. They were saying to one another, when you run away, when you get to that water, wade in that water so that the dogs can't find your scent any longer. So there were many, many, many Negro spirituals. And those spirituals was a way for those enslaved people to communicate to one another so that the enslaver didn't know what they were talking about. And those songs also gave them energy and they gave them strength to keep going. And there are many, many, many Negro spirituals. So I invite you to please Google them, listen to them. They will touch your heart, they will touch your soul, and they will give you some information on the experience of the enslaved African in these United States of America. Thank you.
Good morning. I'm Joyce Brooks. So glad to be here, united with you. Out of that slavery came Emancipation Proclamation. Free at last, free at last, free at last, the slaves could sing. But because of the work, the unification of the slaves themselves, free blacks, whites, Canadians, many people came together to bring about the Emancipation Proclamation. From that, we take forth into the turn of the century to a great Negro spiritual, which we made our national anthem. Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmonies of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rollings. And it's resounding. We are a strong people moving generations into greater power.
Hello, I'm LaToya Matthews, and as you see, all of us here, we have on our regular clothes. Because we were taken from a land, we don't know where we came from. We have no history. We've been doing research. Can you imagine being brought somewhere in chains, not speaking a language, being forced to work from sun up to sun down? We've got Emancipation Proclamation. So we're set free. Free to do what? Every law in the book is against us. We're 3/4 the person. We can't vote. We can't own land. We're put in a race with our hands tied and we're blindfolded. We're uneducated. Actually, it was against the law for us to even read. You could die. But we still survived.
Whoa. Hi, I am Danny Newsom, and like Philip, I have on traditional American garb, but I think that's important. I just want to say a bit about what I'm wearing. My t-shirt, "We Out." I don't know if Harriet Tubman actually said "we out," but the symbolic meaning is very important. Of course, Harriet Tubman, an enslaved woman who escaped after suffering grievous bodily injury, suffered with seizures for the rest of her life, but she was a Union spy, a spy for the Union during the Civil War. She was an abolitionist. She was a suffragist, advocating for women's rights. She was a conductor on the Underground Railroad, leading an estimated 300 enslaved African Americans to freedom. She is a shero of American history. She is a shero of Black American history. I'm supposed to be doing civil rights, and I am a civil rights attorney. There's so much to talk about regarding our struggle for equality, for family, for economic advancement, for educational advancement. And it's been going on not since 1965, not since 1954, but since we were brought here in chains in 1619. But I do want to close out, though, since I'm doing civil rights, that in this country, our journey continues. This week has been grievous to so many people with the United States Supreme Court, and my heart grieves, but I have to tell you how uplifting it has been to be here with all of you and celebrating us, and it does give me hope at the end of a week in which I was feeling so hopeless. So thank you.
Hello again, and I'm going to speak on the hip-hop era regarding gangster rap. We know who those people are, right? Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, all of those people. And people were very offended by some of that music. Will Smith is a rapper, but that music came out of the hearts and souls of people who lived those experiences. And that music took the world by storm. They had never seen or heard anything like that. And those experiences came from systemic racism. They lived in communities where there was drugs and guns and no jobs. And those things happened on purpose. It wasn't an accident that they lived in ghettos that the United States created with redlining. They created those ghettos for Black Americans on purpose. And these people came out and made songs about it, and they talked about it, and they brought their attitudes with it and their anger and their frustration, and the world wasn't ready for that. And that's hip hop. Tupac Shakur, Will Smith, NWA, and many, many, many others. And if you like to listen to the music, it can be offensive, but if you listen to what they're saying, they're talking about their lived experiences. And again, that music took the world by storm. It grabbed people by the throat. People didn't know what to do with that. Al Gore and his wife tried to criminalize the music. That's hip hop. And now I'd like to invite up our beautiful youngest member of our team, Miss Jaslyn Bradford, my granddaughter.
I am Jaslyn Bradford, and I'm going to let my light shine by getting good grades, always doing my best, never doing drugs, never smoking, never drinking, carrying on a legacy of greatness, and embracing my legacy of greatness.
We want to invite up every member of our team.
Let me talk. Okay. My name is Dana Mangatwani. I was born and raised in Denver. Papa said, "Are you coming tomorrow?" And I was like, "Oh my God, Papa, okay. What am I going to wear? I'm African American. What am I going to wear?" He said, "Wear your South African outfit." So I adorned my outfit, which is my jewelry. My husband is South African, so I embrace brothers and sisters. I'm kind of that connection. I met Webster, and I met Roland here. He's like, "You remind me of my country." And I said, "Where are you from?" He said, "South Africa." So there's a connection, and I have that connection. I'm so thankful to be here and to see all the wonderful people that are here.
We are what happens when people were taken, stripped of everything, and they keep on surviving, they keep on thriving. I had my DNA tested. I'm from everywhere in West Africa, turns out. Predominantly from Ghana, Nigeria next, and then a little bit of what they call that, Cameroon a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah. But through it all, our sister, our elder, our ancestor, Maya Angelou, said that still we rise. Still we rise. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
All right. Now I believe we're going to have to move some stuff around. No?
We're here.
Yeah, we're good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this is the Jewish Affinity group. All right. Who wants it?
Thank you. We're going to move some chairs back a little bit because we want you all to be involved in this. This is going to be a group performance.
Just tell me what you want.
Oh, you're here.
Yeah, I told you. I said tell me.
Okay.
Said that.
Yeah. We're going to share our tradition of a Jewish wedding. And we're going to get you all dancing in our traditional celebration dance, which is called the Hora. And we are so thrilled to be here with all you wonderful people and so many beautiful cultures, and it's such a tremendous honor to be here.
Hi, my name is Susan Levine, and these are yarmulkes. I'd like to pass them around. Traditionally, men wear them, but women can wear them also. And we wear them in synagogue to be humble and honor God. So you just kind of put it on the top of your head. And if you'd like to, you certainly can wear it. And if you don't want to, that's okay too.
Good morning, all. My name is Alan Frosch. I'm a sixth-generation native Denverite and wanted to just say thank you to Papa for putting this together. We're so thrilled to be here. The Jewish history is one, as many people know, the Old Testament, of overcoming adversity and oppression. our culture is about assimilation, about becoming part of the communities in which we live, and we still remain very proud of our heritage and our history. And this Jewish wedding signifies that joy, that through that adversity, through that oppression, we keep celebrations like a wedding as a very joyous, very enthusiastic ceremony. And so we're thrilled to be able to show some traditions of that this morning. So I will ask our bride, and I have our groom here as well.
Okay. Getting married.
Getting married. So what Paul has here is called a tallis, or a talit. The knots and the threads there represent the 613 commandments that we believe God gave us that we must live by. We wear this as a reminder daily. More observant Jews wear yarmulkes and a tallis every day to remind them constantly of those commandments and to live by them, to live by that code. The yarmulke, as Susan mentioned, is to show deference and respect to God, who is above. So we cover our head to show respect. Please, of course, yes, go ahead.
And I'd like to explain the Magen David, or the Jewish star that many of us wear. Oh, mine's falling apart. This is, and it's actually a real symbol that we really are one people, because it was actually originally used by the Muslim culture and spiritual Jews for mystical and decorative purposes. And in the 17th century, it was adopted in Prague as a symbol of Judaism. And then later, when Israel became a state, Israel adopted the Magen David, which literally translates to the circles. But I think a lot of people don't really understand what it means. And all Zionism means is the right for Jewish people to have their own country, and the belief that Israel should be a Jewish state after so many centuries of being thrown out of countries and wandering. It's the original homeland. So that's all Zionism really means, is the right to have our own country.
All right, well, let's get married then. So I'll play the role of the rabbi in this situation, the person who's officiating. Okay, there we go. So what I will do is what you usually would see at a Jewish wedding, something called a chuppah, which is the 4 posts that create kind of a makeshift house. It's open on all 4 sides to allow for love, for joy to come into the couple's lives. We also use another tallis to wrap around the bride and the groom to again symbolize that family they're building, that home, that security of building their own home. What I will ask our bride to do first, and then our groom, is to do a quick circle around. So if you would do a circle around the groom, please. Thank you. And then Paul, 1 circle around the bride, please. Again, this is symbolic of creating that home, creating that security, that space of building your own life, your own home, and keeping tradition that we've been doing in our traditions for almost 6,000 years. As my parents, my grandparents, my great-grandparents, going back all the way to Abraham, our forefather. I'll put this around them as part of the ceremony, so I will ask you 2 to come here. And I will not do them because I'm not actually a rabbi, but there are usually 7 blessings that are given to the couple as kind of to start their lives as joyous, happy, and prosperous in their new marriage. We declare them to be husband and wife, so Mazel tov. So what we'll do now is I will.
Scream Mazel tov.
Right, but hold on one second. Hold on 1 second.
Which means
congratulations, good luck, all those good blessings we're looking for. I think you probably know that one of the things that is most significant is the breaking of the glass in a Jewish wedding. A couple reasons why we do that. One, I kind of like this explanation. The loud noise scares off evil spirits and says, get away from us. This is a happy time, a joyous time. We also, a lot of Judaism is about rebuilding, about repairing the world, rebuilding from the oppression that we've come from. So we break this glass to be able to rebuild it and show that we can overcome that breaking and actually be stronger in that way. It also represents the destruction of the Second Temple in Jerusalem, in the year 70 AD, when the Romans destroyed that temple. All those things together represent, in this glass, these are light bulbs. They're not actually glass, but they will sound the same. So when I count to 3, I'm going to have our groom stomp on the glass, and when he does that, please yell Mazel Tov at the top of your lungs, okay? 1, 2, 3. Very good. All right, I think we're ready now to do the hora.
Yeah, so my name is Susan Brody, and I'm originally from Canada, actually, and I'm also board chair of the Anti-Defamation League Mountain States Region, which is a civil rights organization. And again, I'm so honored to be here. So now I'm going to explain the hora, which you're all going to participate in. So it's a dance that's done in a circle, and when we have a large group like this, we use 2 circles. So we're going to ask, after I show you the basic steps, which are really easy, I'm going to ask you to form 2 circles, one in the middle and one on the outside. And the circle on the outside will go one direction, and the circle on the inside will turn the other direction. So the step is just a very basic grapevine step. So you step out, cross in front, step out, cross and back. So you're doing a circle just like this, really easy.
Now, usually you've probably seen this where we lift the bride and the groom on chairs. We're not going to do that for insurance reasons, but that is usually how you elevate the bride and the groom, then the fathers, the mothers, all the family to celebrate and elevate the occasion. We're not going to do that, but we do encourage everyone to come join the celebration as well.
And then there's one section where the words go, uru, achim, and everybody goes in the middle, in, and then back out. So we'll be leading it, and we'll have you all follow. So please
join if you're comfortable, yes.
And for one circle in the middle.
Yeah. We'll try and...
And we all hold hands during the circle.
Oh, we hold hands.
Hold hands, hold together.
Hold hands. Hold hands.
We didn't, yeah.
Joy, you want to put this down?
Oh, we can put it down. We can put it down, yeah.
Whatever you want to do.
Yeah, let's do an inner and an outer. So come on and join.
Inner. This is the inner.
Let's do
Yep.
inner one.
Inner circle.
Music? Yeah. Okay, so we have an inner circle and an outer circle. We're going to get the music started here in a
We
second.
going left or right?
We'll go left, everyone else goes right. We're multiple circles, it's fine. So go ahead and grab in. Here, actually, here.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going left. We're going left, y'all are going right.
Okay, here we go. So yeah, join up. We go out and in. We're okay.
That's beat working too.
Exactly. One more.
Hey, one more.
Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Nice. Come on, my brother. All right, one more for our Native American group. If we could have your attention and love.
Well, just on behalf of the First Nations, I do want to take a moment to just recognize that we are continuing to do Native communities all throughout the Americas are facing so many injustices. And it's heartbreaking because this is their own. And that they don't take from the land, but more so think about how do we maintain our land for 7 generations to come. So I welcome cultures and our ancestors. I hope that our ancestors can come together. And that this is a ceremony for them that is bringing healing. So thank you all for taking that time. And thank you for this one.
Thank you. All right, folks, so we are running a little behind. Not a surprise, right? Not a surprise. And so what we want you to do is go downstairs, get food, get with your groups, and work diligently. Couple other things. One, we want to give some love to Effie, who decorated the balloons. Thank you. Oh, there was somebody else. When is that? Don't forget, African Impact is happening starting August 5th. So be there, show up. You know, showing up matters, right? Right. All right, there you go. Okay, folks, we're ready? Let's go. Eat quickly. Get your stuff done.
Tell them to
Find your group. Find your group. You got to work. Theo and I will be there to help you out.
We are going to stop the live stream.
Time to work, people. Enough of this fun and games. Let's go.